Hello and welcome. Welcome to my project. My name is Jonathan Booth. I am currently a Triple Ten student, just finishing the front end developer role of my projects, and I can't wait to show you what I've been cooking. So this right here is a culmination of everything that I've been learning up so far: HTML, CSS, navigating VS Code, GitHub, working through branches, etc. And what makes this really unique is this is a culmination of multiple smaller projects in order to build a social media platform, more or less. So people could share their images, right, with their links. There are several crucial elements that took months for me to really get the history or get the theory of and the understanding of, so it could actually function. One of the core things, obviously, was to be able to have a button that functioned, and not just function, but it actually pulled up a modal that would respond when a user wanted to add a picture. So let's say, for instance, you have an image link to a URL link and you type your caption. So, something, I don't know, who likes my page, right? Exactly. You do. That's why you're here. But yes. So that event listener itself took just the concept of event listeners by themselves. Um, Once I learned the importance of building event listeners, asynchronous functions, private functions, or const, the importance of going line by line and double checking as I go instead of waiting until the end to troubleshoot everything. That lesson alone helped me condense so much time and to get things correct. So one thing is that um, by pairing the API that they provided to me, it also needed to be able to stay there upon a refresh. So we just added this card, right? And after refreshing, it still remains there. Even the like that I have there, it stays. So if a user were to actually hit like, go to another app and come back, it should reflect that same like still, which means the server is getting the responses and keeping the responses. Um, Now that's just one portion from the button functioning and responding, pulling up a modal and getting the card. Additionally, you have this portion up here, this section where someone can set their profile name and their description, so that base header and subtext, again, another button, but blending enough in the background. CSS has always been my bread and butter. But to get it to function and stay, leaps and bounds of understanding. So as you can see here, if I just even slightly change it so the field is different, now you see that the save button highlights that it can be clicked, because before it couldn't. You hit that, this is supposed to change as it does, and just to refresh, it does show that for that profile, it comes back with the exact last request. Now, I also had to make sure that the error rules did appear as well. So if we leave these blank, if we leave both of these blank and I fully backspace, it shouldn't allow me to click, which it doesn't. It even has a red circle like, hey, something is missing. We need to put it back. So I'll go back to Civil Aviator, and we'll put that back to Bessie Coleman because she is the star of this show. Final element, which had a unique issue that I had to do absolute and relative placement for, was the avatar button, the avatar pictures, because someone should be able to change their profile picture without compromising the cards and images that they've uploaded. So in order to do such, I had to do the absolute function for the button itself. But then I was like, why was the button always floating images here, and then I would align content, but I had to do 7 or 8 lines of code just to position it. But then instead, I made the button itself. If we inspect the element, what you'll see in this exact part is that my button is in an avatar container, which holds the picture. But the button itself covers that entire container. So it layers right above. And with the image in the back, I set it as a hover event. So when you hover over it, that's when it becomes active. That's when you can see it kind of dim a bit. And it's even mobile friendly, because most people are going to be on their phones, right, for their social media. So whether it's, you're on a tablet, or you're scrolled all the way out and on a desktop, or if you're on your phone, let's say it's 380 pixels. Oh, it still functions like a charm the way that it should. So you still have that button without the text. You can still type in a different URL. And now you can see you do love my page. So asynchronous functions are so crucial, but they're very, very easy to make complicated, because the function of opening this and updating, as well as having my enable validation. If I just give you a little peek of the veil, don't worry, we're friends. So my API functions here, I had to put them in their own API.js and then import them over, for one, to free up space, but also I was able to individually call the ones that I need when I needed them, instead of having index.js load everything and overuse memory space. That way it's less likely to crash and there's more load for other features, which I look to add in the future. Now, this is just a glimpse of what I can do in the future, but I'm so proud of how this project turned out. And I hope you like what you see, just like I like that there. And thank you for your time.